Good morning. Just picking up my space a touch, just a touch, because it is a bit messy in here right now. Last night I was working in here, so just gonna put my keyboard away. We're not gonna have music today. I hope you guys don't mind. Oh, I'm gonna just move these crystals. I've been making stacks of my crystals lately. I've been really enjoying playing with them. So this is my soothing power. Let's see. Can I? There we go. So I've got some topaz and some quartz and amethyst, and up here is some honey calcite. Love it. Feels so good. I've been playing a lot with little towers of crystals. So good morning, Ashley. Oh my gosh, good morning. Okay, let's see. Hello Alanya. Good morning, Chris. I see you guys are all coming in quickly. Good morning, Roberta. Nice to see you in here again. Thank you for joining us. Of course, in all the little ways, right, Ashley? That is the way we roll in this place. If we're not creating in some way and all ways, then we are stagnant, right? I was just talking last night on our ride home with my roommate. He was talking about how he's getting into internal creation versus external creation of art. Turning into the internal, and it reminded me about a conversation we all had a little while back about transitioning into being an energetic artisan instead of a worker of energy, right? Or a light worker, enjoying the transitional states. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Barbara and Ilanya. Nice to see you guys. Oh, so yummy. Oh my gosh, today is like a coffee day. Oh, thank you, Roberta. That's the goal, isn't it? You know, there was this time, I remember I was working with this group of amazing people, all very powerful, and channeling different consciousnesses to support us in our growth and development, and where are we doing and what are we doing. And while we were doing this process, because there were so many of us, you know, in the Bible it says come together and two or more in my name, right? And the amplification is so massive when we do that. Is it chilly? I'm wearing a sweater. You know, it was a little chilly last night, although at sunset it was 75 last night. It was the most beautiful night. And then by this morning it chills. It gets pretty chilly in the evening here as the sun goes away and the winds come in from the ocean. But it feels amazing. I love that feeling. So yeah, I am wearing a sweater. I forgot what I was saying. That just threw me. Just come down and stop being so needy. Oh, did Jessie say something? Am I missing something? Good morning. So anyway, oh yes, in the group we were all we were doing this channeled work, and I am not very much of an open channel. I speak what comes through me. But I don't remove Jessie from the picture. Jessie stays pretty much present as it's happening. That doesn't entirely mean that I receive all the information, but I don't in general do the kind of channeling like when you see, for instance, Daryl Anka with Bashar, where their voice changes, or Rob Gauthier channeling Metatron, or Clask, or any of the ones that are channeled in this way. I don't tend to do that very much. I do hear and flow, and I can hear things, you know. So I was with this group, and Hannah, Neil, and Brandon are strong at that. They're very strong at that, and gifted in that way. And so we tapped into Source, the three of us, and the Trinity, right? We tapped into Source, and we're channeling for the group, for each individual in the group, what the message from God was for them. Now, when you're channeling, you, if it's not for you, if it's not something you're supposed to remember or hold, it won't. It'll just flow out of you. And people all the time are like, remember how you said blah, blah, blah? I'm all, No. Sorry. But I'm glad it helped you, you know. It was for you. So anyway, I couldn't tell you what God's message to any of the other, I think there was probably like 14 or 15 people in the room. But I know what his message for me was. And it was that I needed to relax. My path was clear and assured, and that I'm here to bring joy into the world, to be joy, to embody joy, and to walk a path that lead others to joy. And I, for the longest time, didn't know what that meant or how to do it or how to be that, in the sense that other than just showing up, right? Yeah, exactly. So for me, in general, it's effortless to be joyous, and that was why. It's funny. I know I'm kind of all over the place this morning, but you guys love it, so I'll just keep going. So last night, my roommate had one of his very good friends, Sean, come over. And Sean is just gifted. He's one of those gifted people. He's light. He's joy in his own way. He's a service man, right? It's beautiful to witness. And I enjoyed him the first moment I met him. Anyway, so he was over last night and we were talking, and, you know, my divorce came up, and he asked me about it. You know, he was asking me questions unlike other people ask, right? Usually people ask, why did you leave, you know, or what went wrong, or are you happy now, or things like that. And he wasn't asking me things like that at all. He asked me, how did you begin? How did your marriage begin? And he helped me shift into this different space about my divorce, a deeper space of gratitude, a deeper space of awareness, allowance, of understanding, of joy in the space and time that I spent there. Even in that suffering space, knowing that I was able to laugh and find joy and find love and find companionship and support, that was really, truly a gift. And to be able to see it, right, to share it and to speak about it was really beautiful, and to remember that at this point. So I realized that even in our darkest times, and even in our darkest places, we can't help but do and be what we came here to be. And it's that very reason that we can let go of the anxiety and fear that we aren't showing up exactly how we're supposed to in that moment already. And sometimes it is to show up in joy. And sometimes it's to show up in agony. And in order for me to be able to swing so high into the joy and the light, I also must swing low into the agony. And this is me learning balance, right? So release yourself if right now you're not in joy. Release yourself from the guilt and the fear or the responsibility, the shame that you hold because you're not in joy, or because right now you're struggling in some way. The struggle is the balance for the joy. And there have been times in our lives where we are so high in our joy, so up there. And in those moments, we also know that bitterness of the low, which makes it so sweet. Our tongue can only taste three things: sweet, sour, and salty. And it's by having a balance of those three things. Into one or the other is fine, but there must be all three present to feel satisfied when we've consumed something. That's why salted caramel ice cream is so friggin' good, right? We need the fat to communicate this flavor. We need that salt, right? And a little bit of lemon in the caramel. That's what gives caramel such rich flavor. There's a little acid in there, right? And sweet. So we have to do that in our lives too. We've got to see in our lives the richness and the complexity of every aspect. And it's where we choose to look. You know, my roommate, as I was making him a concoction this morning, a gut health concoction, I'm putting the different things in, and he's like, oh, I don't know, lemon? I don't really like a lot of lemon. Vinegar? I'm not sure about the vinegar. Right? And it was all balanced out in the end. And when he tried it, he's like, oh my God, this is really good. Not only is it good, but it's going to heal you. So when we allow something, even the things we don't like, even the things that seem counterintuitive because our soul wants to be soothed or our heart wants to be held and loved, sometimes it needs a little bit of fire, a little bit of red chili powder to kick it up a bit and to awaken those things, to get things talking to each other. So anyway, I'm not sure why, but I felt like I had to share all that with you guys. And we'll go into the pulls. And who would like a card pull this morning? We have 3 slots available. Oh, I haven't communed with this angel in a while. Oh, no wonder today's been so just delicious. It's been a delicious day already. Oh, throw me a fireball. I love it. Throw me a fireball. Oh, I would love that. Hey, you guys, I have an idea. Marie, I would love to pull for you. Who wants to play a little bit today? What do you guys think about making today an energy play day? We'll do some card pulls, and then we'll do some play. Who plays with energy? Have any of you guys ever actually played with energy, or do you try just working with energy? I feel like playing today. So Marie and Elanya and Chris. All right. I started watching a new series last night. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm just going to pull all 3 cards really quickly first, so I can. I just want to play. I'm just playful today. What can I say? And now I know why. And you'll see in a minute. I know. Isn't that evil of me? It's like I'm hiding it from you guys, and it feels so good. I've been very playful the last few hours, and last night I was really playful. Thanks to Jessie. Jessie, thank you. No words. There's literally no words. Pulling that vine of victimhood out of me and filling it with that was so perfect. And all of you guys, you all can think like Jessie, Elanya, Shauna, Hannah Neal. Who else has been working on me? Katarina. These people have been instrumental in me today being this Jessie. So thank you guys. I love you all. This is why Tribe is so powerful. So powerful. Freaking love you guys. All right. Shauna and Jessie are truly my heaviest hitters as work goes. I have to say. Of course. Okay. So you guys, when I laughed a moment ago and I was like, oh, this is exactly why I am in this space. So I've got right now Raziel and Balbo as my guides in my feminine and my angelic and spiritual quest. This is what's going on right now. We're in a quest, seeking our joy and our laughter as we explore the mysteries. Raziel's the angel of mystery. Oh my gosh, could there be a better 3-card pull? I think not. Let's see, shall we focus in first on the angelic? Let's see what the Angelarium deck has to say about Raziel. I so wish this book was more organized or organized differently. All right, Raziel, the angel of mysteries, the keeper, the speaker of truth. All knowledge is pressed within the binding of his book. Raziel stands at the foot of the tree of life and observes all of creation, ever the diligent witness, forever transcribing the whole of creation. This book is passed to Enoch through his journey to the tree of life. There are some things we simply cannot know. Such is the precious narrative of life. We can know the parts of the play, but not the story's end. Secrets and hidden endings keep the performance alight and dancing through the universe. Raziel wrapped on high, our ever-present observer. We dream and fill Raziel's book of mysteries. Our breath turns its pages. Exhale. Awesome. I love Raziel. He has been one of those that's been instrumental in my journey. One of the angels, one of the first ones that I really interacted with. Gabriel, Raziel, Seraphine. These were some of my first angelic influences outside of Source, and they were my teachers and guides, honestly. That's most of my work comes straight from that, from them. And most of my perspective. All right, so I'm sorry, it's going to be a coffee slurping day because, oh my goodness, it is so good. Okay, I received a gift. I absolutely love getting gifts. I'm trying to find the card there. From one of my amazing listeners. And she sent me a card, a beautiful card with a beautiful letter inside, Carol. And she sent me the cup of the lava cup and coffee. I'm drinking some of that coffee. It's Kona coffee from Hawaii. Like crack, people. Like crack. Oh. I just can't get enough. So good. I love gifts and surprises. It was the sweetest thing. Okay, so now I'm going to look up. And of course... Buabu is number 7 in the goddess deck. Bawdy Greek goddess Boabu is a jester and a dry nurse. That's hilarious. I have to say, I'm just going to say this because, you know, Alex, you've given me so many gifts. So I actually, you know, probably have some of the largest breasts of anybody I know, and they never worked. I had no milk at all when I had my son, so it's hilarious that she's a dry nurse. That's pretty fucking funny. Sorry, Manly. I'm like such a cusser. You know what? It's godly. She was able to console Demeter, who was grief-stricken at the loss of her daughter, through the power of laughter. Buabu raised her dress at a tense moment during High Council, which evoked healing through absurdity. Okay, so she flashed at a High Council meeting. She just lifted up her whole dress and flashed her body at the council meeting. And everybody started laughing. A belly full of laughter and lightheartedness for the gods and goddess, including Demeter. Buabu makes her grand appearance through the magic of laughter. Her jolly demeanor lifts the darkest of energies. Let her comedic and theatrical ways shine through, as laughter truly is the best medicine. Right? Shock and awe. That's awesome. Love it. Oh my god. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to be laughing about that for a while, you guys. Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god. Oh. Shock and awe is awesome. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. Spiritual quest. You're called to realize your full potential and to choose to become a force of good in the world. Oh. You'll have to scroll back up. Scroll up and see what Barbara's breast is. I'm sorry. Oh God, that was too funny. Oh, that was too funny. I have to tell you guys something so funny. So last night, my son picked It as the movie he wanted to go see. So we're at It, right? And this is a horror film. And they did a really good job of bringing in some campy humor. I thought. We laughed a lot. But Spas, yeah. So Spas, the whole time as these boys are interacting, he's like, Mom, that's like Rowan. Mom, that's like George. Like, he's recognizing his friends in all the absurdity of the characters, right? And so, as he's saying it, we are dying laughing because it's that true. Like, so we're in the very front, we're all by ourselves, and then my roommate and one of his clients sitting behind us because we were too close for him. And then way up at the back was a group of like teenagers, mixed boys and girls. And like, Swas and I were dying laughing through almost the entire movie. And when we were leaving, these people were like, what were they laughing about? I wish I was sitting by them. They're laughing the whole time. My face actually kind of hurts laughing right now because it was so funny. Oh my gosh. So the spiritual quest, you're called to realize your full potential and to choose to become a force of good in the world. Whether or not you're aware of it, you're embarking on a great spiritual quest. Your soul is leading you to a myriad of discoveries. This is so true. Right? Oh my gosh, Alex. Exactly. You know what the laughter's like in this house? It just takes you over. Each of us has a unique journey that is tailored especially for us and designed for us to reach our highest potential. This is like how I talk about the scavenger hunt. You know, we think about our childhood as being this awful thing, right? Look how dark I got. So we think about our childhood as being so dark or so something we've survived. But what if we translate that into thinking instead about our childhood as being something we created in order to build the most perfect scavenger hunt to find who we are now, who we are becoming, what we came here to be. And the only way to get that is by going through these experiences, this journey. You know, the Choose Your Own Adventure books. You've chosen your adventure, and now you're reading it. Now you're living it and experiencing it. Again, submission and allowance to your master plan. It's perfect and flowing. All right. For many, this journey will have been preceded by a period of upheaval, confusion, and conflict, which has birthed a desire for greater clarity and concrete answers about the meaning and purpose of your life. From this spiritual journey you are undertaking, you will gain wisdom, enlightenment, and an enhanced sense of your personal power. As you travel on this path, make a point to commit to the quest and not to be tempted by distractions that cause you to veer off track. Ganesh urges you to focus your energy less on having and more on simply being. Your spiritual growth can be enhanced by the regular practice of meditation and self-reflection at this time. Beautiful. Okay, so that's our read for those today. Let's just keep those up because, you know, why not? We'll just put them there. Maybe we'll need some more from here. And let's see, we'll pull for people. Marie. Let's see, Marie. Which deck? Deep clearing. You're clearing some shit out, aren't you, Marie? Good job. Good job. My Shadowscape deck loves Marie. Let's see. Wow. Okay. Just tuning in. Okay. So they actually wanted me to pull 3. Oh, Barbara? Sounds good. I'll give Barbara the pull instead of Alanya. You know, both me and my, I have an Aunt Barbara, and then my, one of my best friends has an Aunt Barbara also. Barbara is one of those names. Barbie in our family. Roberta, I'm sorry, I can't remember what you had asked me about. We talked about that earlier, about how we forget these things. All right, Marie. So they wanted me to do a 3-card pull. Boom, there it is. You are coming out of a period of war. You've been to battle, which, you know, we know. And now the battle, it's pretty much over. And it's time to allow yourself to be carried up and out of this battlefield and to be supported right now, to relax. See how she's resting on that back of the swan? She's not trying to figure out where it's taking her. She's not worried about carrying anything. She doesn't have any weapons. She's totally defenseless, and she is supported. It's time to let that energy come through. Recognize that what you were fighting was one who was struggling in understanding the ripeness of maturity. You as well. This is a reflection, right? Whenever we have that interaction with another, it is a reflection. It's for us. What in the self are you still working on finding the maturity, and when's the right time to harvest that fruit? Is it ready? Do you need it? What will you do with it once you've harvested? How has the plan been in place? Is there space for this harvest to come in? It's bountiful if you can be patient and allow it to feed you in its due time. So this is about a struggle about that, okay? And recognizing it ultimately is for you. This man is defending himself because he sees 2 swans that are armed coming at him from below. He feels vulnerable. But the swans are actually not carrying the swords in an attacking way, right? They're sheathed. They are they're bringing him swords. They're bringing him tools. They're bringing him weapons. So oftentimes we perceive attack when truly it's a gift, and always it's a gift. So the attack is a perception, and if he chooses to defend himself against these swans, then he might never receive the tools. Those might be the perfect weapons for him moving forward. However, he can also choose to put his own sword aside, allow the attack to come through, recognizing he's divinely held. He is an angel after all, and these are swans of the creation, right? And they're shadows. They're dark swans. They're just the shadows showing him what is below the surface of his consciousness. This is the swords as well. So addressing the mental construct, the game you play in the head as you go into the attack. This is what you're learning. This is the maturity for you, right? This is where you're struggling in the maturity. How do I use this energy, and how do I grow from it? And how do I then allow myself to come out of the battle? Can I come back out? So that is for you. I think what we'll do is do shadowscapes for everybody. Is that what I'm hearing? Yep. All right. Cool. I love the shadowscape deck. So Barbara, this is for you. Hello, Elaine. Oftentimes, I have an incense burning right now, and it's strawberry incense. I would have never picked strawberry incense for myself, ever, never. But when I go, like if I go to a restaurant, oftentimes I'll ask, if I can talk to the cook, I'll ask, what do you eat when you eat here? What do you make for yourself when you're going to eat? And if it's not on the menu, I ask, can I get that? Can we just say the chef's special and whatever it costs? If I go to a bar and I'm having a drink, I'll ask the bartender, can you make me something? Well, what do you like? I like clears and fruit juice. Anything else, you feel free. And they make me amazing drinks. You're welcome. Asked about my situation, the loss of transport, loss of car. Divine came forth with a loan at the bank. Now I'm ready to move forward. See? That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so I went to an incense shop, and it was this beautiful, well, the stand at the roadside, this beautiful woman that I absolutely love and adore. And normally I buy her Kush incense because it smells so good. And I was getting a deal of so many packs for so many dollars. And she said, you need to pick 2 more. And I said, well, how about you pick for me? And she picked strawberry. Oh my gosh. It is so yummy. I love the smell of it. Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, Barb, your 3 cards just shot right out of the deck. Favorite way for a reading to come forward. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm just kind of going on instinct what I'm doing here. The first 2 cards that showed up were these ones. Now, the 7 and the 3 of Swords. The 7 of Swords, let's just turn them just to look at them for a moment. The 7 of Swords, the swan, right? There's like a thief in the night. There's someone at her back, and they're tricky, right? They look like they're trying to get away with something. Are they stealing? Are they going to hurt her? What are they doing? There's 3 crows that are not so happy looking that it's there. You know, they're observing. And she has her back turned to it, right? So you could look at it as someone's trying to do something behind your back. But the way I personally look at that card as is you're fully aware of it. You've chosen to turn your back to a situation that you know is a problem. And this situation compromises you and makes it harder for you to be able to fully face what it is that you want to face. This is a pattern, right? It's a pattern that creates deceit in your life. The 3 of Swords is like, it's betrayal. You've experienced deep betrayal. Oftentimes when the 3 of Swords comes up for people, they can literally think of 3 betrayals in their life that shaped and formed their belief pattern about themselves, their worth, their value, their lack, their ability, all of these things, all impacted by these betrayals. So this right here, this is a pattern for you. It came in upside down, which is the best way for this to show up. It's saying you actually see this pattern and you're like, I'm all done. I don't want to do that anymore. I recognize completely you are one of those people that I used to let hide in the background. All done. No more. I'm no longer going to turn my back and allow you to get away with whatever it is that's going on because I am afraid of conflict, or because I'm afraid of betrayal, or I'm afraid of loss because I've experienced it, right? No. Now I say no more. Because you have learned temperance, right? You have learned to temper your desire to love and to soothe with, wow. As I say this, the biggest spider I've seen in our yard yet just literally crawled like this on a line across my window, like I could reach out and touch her. Grandmother spider always comes in when it's time to weave into the web the truth. Weave into your web that you have tempered these lessons and you no longer need to fear, because you're no longer going to have all those people coming to you. They're not going to be attracted to you because you don't hold this vibration anymore. So let it go. You learn those lessons. You have tempered your love with your anger, your hope with your fear, right? You have conquered this, tempered it. Conquering actually would imply there's like still a power over dynamic going on. See how she's just sitting in the tree? She's not fighting these dragons, these forces, these energies. She's sitting in a relaxed state. She's enjoying them, gazing into them, feeling their balance, right? And because she holds them in this way, she can see and witness this union. And that's the beauty. That's the actual beauty of going this path and learning these lessons, which we all go through. Learning this allows you to be able to witness the others, the other selves, in their pain. Because that's really what's happening. When we're betrayed, when we have people stabbing us in the back, when we have those things happening, we have someone who's externalizing their pain onto us. And that's a very important thing for us to see, because how much of our own pain are we externalizing? How much are we blocking from receiving because of our pain, our fear, right? So that's what I'm getting for you. Okay. And Chris, we'll pull your cards next. I have no timekeeping device, so if somebody wouldn't mind posting the time at like 10:30 and at 10:45, I would appreciate it greatly. And one about now. It is my bridge. Awesome. You're welcome. Thank you. Perfect, Chris. Thank you. I thought it was right around that time. Okay, let's see. Chris. Let me just feel this one out. Just a little. It's a big check, goes right overhead. Oh, I wanted to tell you guys, I found, I've noticed, I would like to see a thumbs up on this, before I do this reading. I know this is totally off subject, and I get this way sometimes, but I'm going to say it anyway because I'm probably going to forget. I want to see how many of us have decided to go back to our gray, to our silver hair. How many of you guys are starting to go back to silver and growing your hair out, growing your hair long? I'm curious. Yep. It's in the thread, it's in the stream right now to be going back into the silver. And one of the things that I've noticed, if you're up in the Oregon area or in the West Coast at all, is our silver is getting yellow because of all the smoke. Have you guys noticed this? I was friggin' blonde for a few days there. I was shocked. All of this silver got so blonde. And I found this shampoo at Nature's that it's made with purple rice, and it's a clarifying shampoo that takes the yellow out. And it's that, that purple shampoo, the blue shampoo that like our grandmas used to use, but it's full of chemicals. Well, this one's not. It's beautiful, and it took all that smoke out of my hair, and really just clarified. It's so nice. Yeah, Chris, I was thinking, I got a feeling your profile pic has it still really short, but when I see you, it's getting longer, a little fuller, right? Okay, so let me just feel this out. Okay, so your pull, I'm kind of enjoying these little 3-card vignettes, right? Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Star. That's 2 major arcana in a 3-card pull. That's a lot, right? So you have been seeking a life of luxury. You've been really trying to figure out how to have wealth in the life, and it's been a struggle. Like this has been a driver for you in the past, but now you've had to face the tower, and everything burned. It's gone. Like even in your mind, the idea of that lifestyle is going away. It's like, no, that's just not working. It's not going to work for me. So what it's leading you to is the Star. You're purging and clarifying and releasing and letting go of all of these different aspects of the self that keep getting lost in the physical manifested world. This is the 10 of Pentacles. This is the completion of the world, of the treasures of the world. Now, she doesn't actually have wealth. She's no longer in the dragon's hoard, right? She's no longer clutching frantically to everything that she has. She's relaxed, like the temperance. She's with the dragon, free of the layer. She has what is necessary and important to her, and that's it. She's let go of all the rest. So right now, there's some burning going on, but this is necessary. Sometimes a dragon won't come out of its lair unless the lair burns down around it. Sometimes it can't let go unless it's just gone, and then it can fly. So this all brings you into more and more alignment with that consciousness, that star consciousness. The star is one who is flow state only. She is grounded. She is connected. She navigates the waters of her subconscious. She sees the bounty in that, right? The golden fish. And by doing so, the fish can come up out of the subconscious. The bounty can come up out and flow around her, accessible to her. She doesn't look where she's stepping because she knows that it's divinely guided. This is that submission to the path that you've created for yourself. Let yourself flow through the path. This is the star. It's beautiful. So good work. Okay. That was the pull section. I think we're right around 45 after. So I'm going to let's do a little bit of energy play. I want you guys have you guys played with spheres? Let's play with spheres today. What do you guys think? I can't remember the last time we played on here. It's been heavy lately. It's been thick and heavy and dark, right? Like lots of shit, lots of shadow work, lots of clearing. So let's just enjoy this light energy that we've got going on right now. When I want to activate my palm chakras and start doing work like this, I just rub my palms together, just kind of like open them up. And when I'm rubbing them, I like to open up my palms so I'm actually feeling all of my palm, right? Hi, Aura. And there's a point when you're rubbing where you almost get a suction between this and this, right? There's a suction that occurs. That's what I look for. Once I get that suction where when I lift, it actually almost makes a sound, right? That's what I'm looking for. I create that suction because what I'm doing is creating a vacuum, a void in between my palms, right? So we're going to start with a void space. This is for those of you who've never practiced or played with spheres, or never done this kind of stuff. And for those of you who have, I bet you're already growing your sphere. But for me, this is how I begin. The void. And I open and feel the sphere of energy that I'm holding. Really relax down into it, okay? Notice how your hands are tingling. Right now, all you have is a sphere of the void. You haven't programmed it. You haven't put any intention into it. Just feel that between your hands is a void space. Try closing your hands. Notice how you feel like you're literally compacting and compressing a stone almost, right? Oh, it sprung out a little bigger. It's like, don't do that to me. And notice how you can open it more. Yeah, okay. So, find what's comfortable for you. What size of sphere is comfortable for you, okay? Now, let's play with the sphere. Let's start by, let me think. Let's start with the elemental density of expression. What is the first element that comes to mind? Flow that element into your sphere, whatever it is. Water, earth, air, fire, or spirit. So I started with earth, and for me, it got a little heavier, a little denser, a little more compacted. That's awesome. Good boy. Now, let's transmute the frequency of the energy in our sphere to another element. Not incorporate another element, but transmute what is in to another element. I'm going into water. Good. Feel what this feels like. Begin to discern between these different frequencies. Okay? This is a really important part of any sort of energy work. You must know your medium before you can become practicing in the art of it, right? Expressing through it. Transmute it to the next element that comes to mind. For me, it's fire. And the next, for me, is air. And now let's all transmute our sphere energy into pure source frequency. As the blue jay arrives. How many of you are noticing that source energy is all 5 elements in wholeness, tempered into the space? Pretty cool, right? You're holding this ball of energy that is perfectly programmed and attuned to encompass all of the creation, all of the second density consciousnesses that you have ever been. Let's bring that ball into the heart. And allow it to expand. Open up those heart chakras and allow this pulse, this source, this frequency to radiate out from your heart, from your front, from your back, from all around you. Reprogramming the web, sending it out into the web for everybody, so everyone can have a dose of this pure source wholeness. And imagine that your frequency, this pulse that you're radiating out of you, is going all around the planet as we interconnect into all. That's the train horn sounds. I love the train, you guys. Oh. One of my favorites. Beautiful. Enjoy, you guys. Play with your spheres. Play with different energies. Try tempering water and fire, air and fire. One consumes the other. Enjoy. I love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, bye.